So I was gonna start this off by saying "Let It Go," but then I'm like, that's gonna be generic. So I'm gonna just jump right into Frozen 2. So I'm super late on this since it came out last year, but it's on Disney Plus, so I finally watched it, and I'm talking about Frozen 2, sequel to the billion-dollar hit Frozen. I wasn't a huge fan of Frozen. I liked it. I don't think it's some amazing, fantastic film. It's a solid, 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. So I wasn't overly fond of Frozen. But Frozen 2 picks off, I don't know the time frame after Frozen 1, but some time has passed. Elsa's still queen. Anna and Kristoff have been dating for however long the time skip was. And Elsa has been hearing this song from Enchanted Forest that their parents told them about when they were little kids. And the film is about a journey of Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and the reindeer. I don't know his name. I won't want to say Sven, but I'm not specifically sure. Figuring out where this Enchanted Forest is, what it has to do with what's going on, and it might lead to where Elsa got her power. That's Frozen 2 storyline. It's a bland film. I wasn't a big fan of this. I think it's slightly less as good as the first one. This review is going to be all over the place, so it's going to mix in the good and the bad back and forth. Because I'm all over the place with this film as is, so the review will fit it. Of course, like all Disney Pixar movies, the animation is gorgeous. It all looks good, it all flows good. The water effects from this and onward, it's pretty clear that Disney knows how to make really good water in animated films and films like The Lion King and stuff. So, their water technology, great stuff. With Kristoff and Anna, there's a running gag that goes on for way too long and happens way too much. But Kristoff is trying to ask Anna for marriage. And this happens 5 or 6 times. And if it happens less, it feels like it happens a lot more. But the first 2 times, I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. I kind of like this. But after you do the same joke so many times, it just... Even though they vary it up with circumstances or why his proposal gets uninterrupted, it's still the same basic joke over and over and over again, and I kind of got bored of it. The color use is stunning. Again, all Pixar films have amazing use of color. They all look really good. The color use is good, superb. Colors pop, especially in HDR. I have a 4K TV, and the colors pop like crazy. So, that's always good. I dug it more in the first half hour, because around I don't time check movies really, but if I had to estimate my film brain, I would say around 45 minute mark, the film just stalls out. It's like a car just tick, 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 tick. It just stalls out. I don't know what happens. I don't know why. It just hits a lull point and it never picks up pace again. It just keeps that same slow pace throughout. And especially for a children's movie, I deal with kids quite often. You need to keep it go 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 go, because kids get bored really quickly. Kids change their mind really quickly. So when this movie has a lull point for a fair amount of it, it just halts the entire film, and it kind of is Olaf. I didn't hate him in the first movie. I think he's a fine character. He's not aimed at me, he's aimed at children. I get that, cool. But in this one, his character actually made me chuckle a few times. And I really like Josh Gad. I think he's a good actor. I think he's funny. given the right stuff. And in this, he's given the right stuff. I liked Olaf in this. He was probably my favorite character in the movie. And that's saying something. And the music is fine. Like, Frozen 1 had of course, the whole, let it go, blah, 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 blah. So, like, that blew up, and you heard it freaking on radios and everywhere, every, 30 seconds. And that's a good song. But this one doesn't have that catchy song that just goes wham right into your ears, and you're just bumping up, and you're like, yeah, kick-ass music, yeah. It doesn't have that, and that's fine. Not all movies do, but it is what it is. So, Frozen 2, is it bad? No, not by any means is that's a bad movie. Is it great? No, it's serviceable, and this is just my personal thing. I think it's really whack that Elsa is the only magical person in this entire realm. In this whole world, she's the only one that's been granted this magic. And yeah, it's explained. Sure. But would it have been cool if there was other people like her? Absolutely. Now, I'm not talking some freaking X-Men level stuff. But in the film, they could have easily took this story and put it into separate characters, and it would have been way cooler, but not my movie. So, Frozen 2, it's a little bit dull, it hits a low point, but it looks good, it sounds good, and for what it's worth, the story's fine, the characters are still good, and I like how it ended. So, Frozen 2, it's streaming now on Disney Plus, so it's a free watch if you have Plus. Well, not free, it's $7 a month, but But, Frozen 2, it's fine. It's just fine. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.